much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges.
The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown Los Angeles setting the scene for us here tonight. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Well, some say Jrue Holiday is the best.
What a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Monday, they'll tip it off, a road trip beginning in Oklahoma City where they'll take on the Thunder. And then on Wednesday, they'll head back home to host the Phoenix Suns. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, Elton Brand is out there with Harrell. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard position. Favors finds Holiday. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Plenty of heart and hustle in that regard. I mean, they made sure to hit the glass hard and often.
And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding a trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West.
That's good from George.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Now here is Holiday. Back to Ball. Ingram against Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Ball. It's hauled in by George.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Passes to Harrell. Derek Favors with the rebound. Here's Ingram. The Clippers grab the miss.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area. You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
And it's Williamson missing.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
There's the pass to George. Leonard on the wing. Brand outside. George, that's a 2-pointer. Los Angeles with another miss. The Pelicans trail. Here's Ingram. Here's Williamson. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. George looking over the floor. Beverley against Holiday. And that one's good. Beverly.
You can't leave a lane to the basket available for Beverly, because if you do, he jumps on it quickly.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, they seem to be forcing things out there, trying too hard, pressing. When you do that, the turnovers pile up quickly.
Now, here's Ball. Tipped away. Pass to Holiday. Here's the three. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
With deep range and a wide arsenal of moves, Holiday keeps defenders off balance.
Here's Leonard. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Clippers leading by 3. Leonard draws the double. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here is Los Angeles now. Brand passes to Leonard. Derek Favors with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 3. Here's Ingram. The layup missed. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. Left side, Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got 6.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's Ball. Outside Holiday. That's tipped. And Favors kicks to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Ball. Buries the long-range jumper. Ball's got his second bucket tonight.
And Kevin, I really think it's important that shot becomes part of Ball's arsenal. He's got to get comfortable knocking down the three-point shot.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to Brand. George up top. That one misses. Great D that time from Favors. Now here's Williamson. Defended by George. Ball feeling it out a bit. Here's Holiday, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Where you start in the standings could be very different, Clark, from where you finish. As a team, what do you do to continue to improve as the season goes on?
I think it's a combination of little things and guys getting more familiar and more accepting of their roles. But I think it's always attention to detail, Kevin. That's really where teams make the most improvement, not forgetting the little things on a daily basis, the habits that produce winning over time.
And checking out the stats for Brandon Ingram. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 18 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Now here is Brand. 14 points from him the last game against Houston.
And he was also a big factor for them defensively. I think he tallied 4 blocks in the game.
And here is Los Angeles now. Leonard finds Harrell. And here's Brand. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Brandon Ingram is as complete a player as they come. I mean, not only awesome on offense, but spectacular on defense as well.
On defense, the Pelicans trailing by 2. Brand dishes to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Ball's knocked loose. And the rejection by Favors. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. And here's George for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got 5 now. Pelicans trailed by 5. Ball, the pass to Williamson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making, but what really stands out when you watch him live, the instinct, being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
Pelicans trail by 5. Holiday with it. He's coming off a 22-point game against Minnesota.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Holiday against George. Over Holiday. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Now, here's Ball. He has 5 over Beverly. George with the defensive effort.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night. A hand in your face on every jumper.
Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name on the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his 2nd Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Blake Griffin. He's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. And it's Williamson for Patrick Beverly. The Pelicans also changing it up. Hayes, he's checked in for Favors. Josh Hart comes in for Brandon Ingram. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Drew Holiday. And Griffin slams it in.
Well, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Now, here's Ball. Knocked away. Williams with the steal. And it's blocked. They recover it. Outside Leonard. Passes it to Brand. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Lonzo Ball picks one up. A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
And the first one drops. Like the level of nuance in the footwork that keeps evolving every few years. Talk about the changes that you have seen from the time you've played to the exquisite footwork we see now.
Well, you know, some of my peers would say that these guys are being allowed to walk and have it talked about as good footwork. So you work with Reggie and other guys, and I hear them all the time saying guys are getting away with carrying the ball and so forth. But the footwork is pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, the step-back three-point shot, the ability to make plays off the dribble, all attributed to footwork. I think it's just an evolution of the game. As players see more and more of excellent work on the court, they're able to emulate it a lot sooner and a lot better.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a big reason they're trailing. You can't allow a parade to the free throw line and expect to be on top in the game.
Now here's Redick. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Now the basketball. 5 to shoot. Teardrop shot, and the rejection by Zubac. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Makes it off the glass.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Hayes. Back to Ball. Pass to Hayes. New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Hart. Trying to get something going. Drains it from beyond the arc.
One of Hart's favorite shots there, guys. Excellent recognizing when he has the room to pull the trigger.
Williams against Ball. With the shot. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. Clark, last season we saw more of the global game series from the NBA. A couple games in Mexico, one in England. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it really is, because I actually 6 years ago had a chance to be with the Pacers in the global games in the Philippines, and then Taipei, Taiwan with the Rockets. Great experience for the players and the organization. It's an additional level of travel, no doubt. About a week to 10 days where you're in another country. But it's great for the game, and it's great for the fans in those countries.
Here's Ball. Paul George making his last shot. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Los Angeles Clippers.
And you look at Lonzo Ball, certainly high expectations for this young man. One and done at UCLA. How about second overall pick? That's brought some undue pressure.
That's good from Ball. Ray, you talk about the hype for Lonzo Ball and the pressure. Do you think that creates an additional challenge for a young player?
Yeah, he's scuffled at times, but I think the future remains very bright for that young man.
And George with the stuff.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now, here's Ball. He has 6. It's hauled in by Zubac.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And George with the stuff.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
He's in the post. Griffin's there. Knocks it loose. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball.
How many times have we seen a possession take that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And here's Hayes following Marcus Morris's 3. Ball with with a wide open look. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
An easy 2 points on the layup. Ball's got 8.
You know what? The size Ball possesses, guys, as a point guard is really a nice asset, especially when the defense tries to be physical.
Now, here is George. What a tremendous game he played against Houston. Now, here's Zubac. Here's Griffin. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Here's Hart, and the rejection by Zubac. Pass to George. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. And he's been absolutely relentless.
Outside, Redick.
I think he has to play more conservative from this point on. I mean, that's 2 fouls already.
And perimeter shooting, never more valuable. And that's been J.J. Redick's MO all along. An elite marksman who can hit from anywhere.
And in today's game, if you don't have floor spacing, your offense is going to struggle.
They call it gravity, the ability of outside shooters to attract defensive attention. Redick, one of those you don't leave for a moment.
Leonard, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. George. Here's Zubac. That shot, no good. Excellent D there from Okafor. It's Redick on the wing, defended by George. Redick against George. Okafor kicks to Hart. Launches it. Knocks down the 3 ball. Hart's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Zubac. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Leonard on the wing. The shot, no good.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Okafor dishes to Redick. 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lets it go. George with the defensive effort. Ball with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Well, the quickness of Paul George on defense is something that very few players possess. I think he does a fantastic job rushing guys because of his presence.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and has not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Holiday at the 1 and Redick at the 2. Then there's Okafor, and it's Hart in at the small forward position. And so Holiday will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. 19-point game. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Now the dish to Okafor. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Holiday against Williams. The 3. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Los Angeles leading by 21. Here's Leonard. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. New Orleans gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Here's Melly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Holiday with the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now Leonard. 20 points for him last game against Houston.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Now here's Williams. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. No good from Zubac.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always dead. Thank you.
Well, we talked about, George is athletic. He's long, and he's got really long arms, which helps him as a defender, and that allows him to clog up passing lanes and come up with steals, too.
Now, here's Redick. 8 points his last outing. Outside Holiday. And it's off from three-point range.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's Hart. 9-point game his last outing. To the paint. Here's Okafor. And Okafor slams it in.
Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. Never hesitates to find the open guy.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
So for the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Brand comes in for Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Paul George. Williams' shot is off. New Orleans has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Ingram right side. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Well, You know, last season ended early for Brandon Ingram. Thoracic outlet decompression surgery, TODS. Not something you hear every day, but thankfully a full recovery is expected.
And he knocks down the first one. And Ingram's thoracic outlet syndrome, the same issue that affected Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because that injury typically is seen and is more common in baseball players. For Ingram, an early diagnosis of blood clots, which could have ended his career, led to the discovery. You know, relatively speaking, the final result and conclusion, a relief.
A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that could lend itself to coaching.
It's an excellent starting list. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That'll be his second foul of the game. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that third foul.
Passes it to Holiday. Lock at 6. Poked away. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Fourth, Redick.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Leonard against Ingram. Leonard the pass to Harrell. Over Favors, and it's Harrell missing.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
It's Redick on the wing. To the middle, and stolen by Harrell. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Williams leading the charge. He goes up again. Leonard, no luck. The Pelicans have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Redick dishes to Holiday. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
To the inside, Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, you know, you look at Ingram, and it's not all about scoring with him. He shows he shares the ball as well.
Williams scanning the floor. Dishes to Leonard. Back to Williams. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Pelicans trailed by 19. And Holiday kicks to Ingram. And there's the pass to Redick. Pass to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the elbow. Again, the Pelicans score.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And, Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
And that's collected by Drew Holiday. Holiday's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And what a struggle it has been yet to convert a single shot from the field. And not his quarter, scoring-wise, just 1 of 7 from the field.
Kicks it to Redick. Back to Holiday. Williamson with it, working on Williams. They grab their own miss. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And checking out some numbers for Redick, how he did last season. Averaged 18 points per, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Have jumper, will travel. I'm telling you, most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
Williams gets the bucket.
Man, he's excellent off that pick and roll. A dynamic scorer. Defensively, you've got to play Williams to score the ball in that situation.
Now here's Williamson. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. Holiday. The Clippers grab the miss.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Pelicans trail by 21. Williamson, the pass to Holiday. From 13, here's Favors. Misses from close range. LA's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Back to Beverly. Pass to Harrell. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Favors. They could use a big shot here to get this.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
Now here's Williams. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Houston.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
Redick passes to Favors. He dishes it to Holiday. A floater. Favors can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Beverly against Holiday. Ingram outside. Left side Favors. Here's Holiday. Here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
And Williamson doesn't let up consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Clippers. The Pelicans also changing it up. Hayes comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Lonzo Ball in for J.J. Redick.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Passes it to Williamson. It's Ingram on the wing. He kicks the ball. And the rejection by Brand. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. George is checked in for Lou Williams. Here's Ingram. He's coming off a 31-point game against Minnesota.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
And here's Leonard. After Brandon Ingram getting his shot to go from deep. A nice shot by George. George has got 21.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Down low, stolen by Brand. And then George with the jam.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 9. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
The first free throw is good. Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. He hits both from the stripe. Clippers leading by 22. Here's George. It's good. George has got 25 points in the game.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now here's Ingram. 5 points in the game. Puts it up from 12. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And here's Beverly. Inside, it's stolen. Here's Hart, defended by George. Morris against Ingram. Shot clock at 5. From 12 feet out. It's hauled in by Beverly. Clippers leading by 22. Griffin dishes to George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Oh, Griffin in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
And it all had to be, Kevin, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
Ingram against Beverly. Ingram kicks to Hart. Over George. Misses off the right iron.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he challenged the shot, and you can see the effects on the release of that shot. I mean, it turned a simple jumper into a tough one.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Knocked loose. Griffin with the steal. He's all alone for the finish, and Morris throws it down.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Now here's Hayes. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Good on the shot. Here's Beverly. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. The dish to Griffin. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Ball. Lays it in off the breakaway. Ball's got 10 points.
Yeah, Ball snuck out there capitalizing in transition, but his speed part of that equation too. Good job by Ball.
George passes to Beverly, and they pick up 2.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Ball with it from deep, and the last shot before the buzzer is off.
And I tell you what, Beverly is a ferocious defender. I mean, he really, really gets after it and gets up into you. You're not getting anything easy when he's defending.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, they had control in the first half. How were they able to do that?
Well, we turned the ball over, and our transition defense wasn't very good. We got to do a better job of executing, and we got to do a better job of just taking the shots that are available to us.
One thing at a time, get you back in. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 25 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
In terms of their offensive performance, that was a very well-played half of basketball. Good ball movement off the ball, hard screens being set, and they found the guy for the open look. That's how they were able to shoot such a tremendous percentage from the field. With that fluid, efficient offense, they'll be tough to catch in the second half.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
The first thing to say is, what's up with the turnovers? Jeez. You can live with some missed shots and stuff like that, but you can't keep turning the ball over. It's crushing for a team. It just saps all your confidence when you play a half like that, Ernie.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Elton Brand. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Ball against Beverly. On the wing, Holiday. They get it back. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Not a guy you can stop by fouling. Williamson too focused and too powerful. And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
That free throw good from Williamson. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
So Favors will bring it up for the Pelicans. To the paint. That's good from Williamson on the assist by Ball. And it's 13 points for Zion Williamson. LA's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Beverly against Holiday. The pass to George. To the wing right side. Just 5 on the clock. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
All right, a chance here to check out Derek Favors' stats. He had a strong showing last season. 8th in field goal percentage and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Leonard's got 7 points for the quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Beverly against Ball. Holiday dishes the ball. Williamson kicks the ball. Pass to Holiday. Over George. The shot by Holiday, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now, here's Ball. 10 points for him. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
At the line of the Pelicans, Drew Holiday taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. All free throws good from Drew Holiday. Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Outside, George. And that one goes long. New Orleans has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Holiday against Brand. Holiday, the pass to Ingram. Now, Williamson. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Shoots from the baseline. That one, no good. Pelicans shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Williamson.
In perfect timing. This run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
Yeah, it's still a big hill to climb. I mean, it was essential that they at least made some kind of dent in that lead before we got to the fourth quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Harrell against Favors. Back to Ball. Shoots the three. They get it back. And the rejection by Harrell. And there's the feed to Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Ingram kicks to Favors. Holiday against George. From about 16, here's Favors, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now here is Brand. George with the ball. Now defended by Williamson. Brand dishes to Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. Harrell trying to free himself up. And it's Beverly missing. New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Ball. And it's sent back by Leonard. And they get it back. Ball, the pass to Williamson. On the wing, Holiday. He's covered by Leonard. To the inside, Williamson. And no good. George with the defensive effort.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. And we'll see if that's the answer.
Now here's Leonard. Brian Williamson unable to get his last shot to go. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one is on Holiday. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Clippers?
And guys, something every team strives for is getting points off of turnovers, and they've done that here in both halves.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
First free throw is good.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly, and then for New Orleans, Okafor is checked in for Favors. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Ball. And both free throws good for Harrell. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Look now at Kawhi Leonard's numbers. Coming off a terrific season. Last season put up about 26 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got